Well, I was called at work. The first chief on scene was our first assistant chief. He's the one who arrived on scene. When he arrived on scene, he was with our safety officer and another chief from mutual aid company. When they got on scene, they saw the individual. He pointed the gun in their direction or the direction of the police, and police fired 2 to 3 rounds at them. Nobody was hit, but it was definitely scary. They called right away, stopped all trucks from coming in, and then it became a police event. Any idea what he was thinking, or his mental capacity at this time?
Was he aiming at your firefighters?
The guys that we interviewed weren't sure, but they thought it was. The police thought he was also aimed at, so the police was down a little bit, so we're not really sure
it was
what direction.
LeRoy police officer, correct?
Correct. The chief got on the radio, told everybody, halt, shots fired, and they split up. One direction, the other went the other direction.
The Johnson County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide that occurred at about 3:50 this morning at 7421 Southern Road in the town of LeRoy. The victim has been identified as Norman D. Ball. He goes by Don, age 69, of 7421 Southern Road in the town of LeRoy. Mr. Ball was shot in the head with a 12-gauge shotgun. It was reported that a roommate of Mr. Ball's was upstairs in his bedroom when the suspect entered the residence through a rear door. The rear door was unlocked. He went upstairs and asked the victim and the roommate if the victim was home. The roommate declined to acknowledge that Mr. Ball was home. The suspect then went downstairs to a downstairs bedroom where the victim was sleeping, and he shot him with a 12-gauge shotgun, and then he fled the scene on foot. The roommate heard what he described as a pop, went downstairs and found the victim lying in his bed. He then went next door to where Mr. Ball's son resides and told him what had happened. Mr. Ball's son then called 911. The suspect was identified as Kyle, K-Y-L-E-G, George Johnson, Johnsson, age 53, of 7324 Southern Road, LeRoy, New York. Mr. Johnson's residence is approximately 3/10 of a mile west of where the victim was shot. At approximately 7:55 a.m., Mr. Johnson did put his firearm down and was rushed by the SWAT members and taken into custody without incident. Mr. Johnson is being charged with murder in the second degree, Class A felony, burglary in the first degree, Class B felony, arson in the third degree, Class C felony, and reckless endangerment in the first degree, Class D felony. Other charges may be pending.